Ghana's war on narcotics continues as a 32-year-old Nigerian was arrested by a dog of the Narcotics Control Board, NARCOP, at the Kotoka International Airport for possessing heroin. The 4.4 kilogram of heroin with an estimated street value of $300,000 was detected by the dog when the suspect arrived from Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, last Wednesday afternoon. According to officials at the Kotoka International Airport, the Nigerian, a trader, was aboard a Kenyan airline to Accra, where he was confirmed to be carrying the substance in his luggage by a male black Labrador dog of the canine unit of the Narcotics Control Board. Eyewitnesses told or who expressed surprise at the dog said the giant black dog, upon detecting that the suspect had such consignment in his bag, immediately knelt and barked continuously at him. This unusual gesture of the dog further drew the attention of his boss, a police officer on secondment to the NARCOP K9 unit. Sources at NARCOP indicate that the suspect is currently under investigations, soon to be put before a court for prosecution.
There have been reports of fuel shortages at filling stations in some parts of the capital, Accra. Some drivers who spoke to Joy News complained of long queues they had to join early mornings, a situation they say is adversely affecting their work.
The seeming fuel shortage in some parts of the capital continues to be a major challenge facing most drivers, especially commercial ones. Drivers at the La Taxi rank in the capital express their frustration at this development, which seems unending.
Asa konya fuerato edube ejuma tipo de niwe de anapa we say no me sorry no na kiwa no ye ko ran se wo bebia kan si ye koto fuele wo tabibia no ye se bi wo ho ba me kwa na me hu say fuel no bi ba a mba be yi e wa hanom se intim samechi na me ba back ba me ba na kiwa ha pa na me twen sa at least me koto petrol no be 10:30 going ansa na me edru me so na me tobi.
JT Anan tells me he had driven from his home in Teshi in order to fuel his vehicle at La.
For the past 10 days, we've been roaming about trying to get fuel, but no fuel. Yesterday, for instance, I have to drive to airport areas. We had only 2 gallons. It has been very serious. This morning, because of no fuel, I have to stay in the house until I hear that there is fuel around this place. So we came down to just verify whether there's fuel.
A fuel attendant at the La Fraga filling station said sales has been good over the past few days due to the unusual patronage. He adds they have not run out of stock within these few days.
Okay, within, let's say, 5 days now, the fuel that we used to sell has increased drastically, yeah. Meaning more vehicles troop in to buy our products. Because of the number of vehicles that troops in to buy our fuel, we used to short fuel recently, but on regular basis, the tankers have been bringing us products, so we are selling normally.
Although there are reports from the National Petroleum Authority of an end to fuel shortage in the capital, Joy News revealed there are still queues at some stations. Drivers are, however, appealing to the National Petroleum Authority to step in to address the situation.
The president of Oxfam America, Raymond Offenheiser, has urged government to ensure transparency and accountability in various sectors of the economy. He made these remarks when he met the press after his 6-day tour of mining communities in Ghana.
The president and his 6-member board visited the Idriapum Anglo-Gold mining sites, Obuasan mining communities in the Shama district of the Western region to get first-hand information on the operation of mining companies in the country. He charged the government to take a bold decision towards the operation of illegal miners in the country.
Mining of minerals as well as the emergent oil and gas area, as well as focusing on the whole issue of revenue generation and public expenditure for development.
He also charged the government to ensure there is transparency and accountability in monitoring of various sectors, especially the mining sector.
Public finance and transparency and accountability in the public finance area, and about some of the core initiatives that the ministry is undertaking. A new finance management fiscal responsibility law, the availability of public information, and areas that we basically think all of them are good.
Oxfam is an international confederation of 17 independent organizations with the common visions, philosophies, commitment and passion to join forces to work with others to overcome poverty and injustice.
Some holiday revelers argue that dustbins at vantage points can help reduce the filth at beaches. According to them, beaches can provide revenue for development if they are kept clean and attractive.
Beach litter accumulation and reduced water quality are important aspects of beach degradation, which have diverse effects on the users of the beach and marine life.
It's really affecting tourism very bad. Yeah. How? Just imagine the dirt over the place and the people come and they walk and you know where to step and it's dirty, now clean, you know. Yeah, and you know the beach can do so much benefit to the people.
This has led to the degradation of coastal and marine areas with many environmental, social and economic implications, especially the promotion of coastal tourism. Attempts to address the pervasive menace of poor sanitation of coastal areas by various African and Asian governments, private sector, civil society, universities and research institutions, community-based organizations and non-governmental organizations have been woefully inadequate. This is mainly because of the enormous volume of solid waste generated, inadequate waste management infrastructure, and non-efficient waste management system in place.
When you compare the beach in UK to the beaches in Ghana, what are the differences?
Well, the weather's much better here, so it's hot and it's nice to swim. This beach is really clean and nice and safe to swim, but some other beaches, there's some rubbish on the beaches and it makes it harder to swim.
Okay. So how do you feel when you go to those beaches with filth?
It's still a beautiful place, but it's a shame that it could be more beautiful if it was cleaner.
Some days there are a lot because they have a party that night and the day they don't have time to clean it.
So, I mean, how can we make our beaches cleaner?
Maybe in the morning pay somebody that doesn't have nothing to do, or there are so many small kids that need something, you know, that maybe they go around and pick up a little bit. Even me, I can pick up, it's no problem.
Other tourists say musicians have a key role to play in keeping our beaches clean.
As an artist, our music needs to address cleanliness, then talk about hygiene based on environment, you know, then our teachers also have to put something, and our parents also have to put something from their home.
According to them, government cannot solve this alone. It is a collective responsibility.
How do you clean the beaches in UK?
We have lots of bins around for people to put their rubbish in, so that it gets collected easily, so that someone doesn't have to come along and pick it up by hand. There's more bins, I think it could get cleaned easier. Yeah, it would be easier to clean the beach if there was bins.
For me right now, what is missing are garbage, where you can put the garbage in, because right now they don't have any. So everybody like throwing the sand and stuff, you know. So we have good garbage, people will put it in there instead.
Atani, Joy News.
Well, from the beaches of Accra, we would have to head to the Western region, where metropolitan, municipal and district chief executives in the region are asking government to award cocoa scholarships to districts based on the quantity of cocoa they produce. This, they believe, will bring fairness in the distribution of these awards.
The proposal was contained in a communique issued by the MMDCs after a two-day end-of-year review meeting held to assess their performance. The MMDCs also discussed the political situation in the region, development programs, ongoing projects, security situation, and the provision of health, among others. The district chief executive for our wing, Oscar Ofori-Labi, who doubles as the dean of the MMDCs, who read a communique on their behalf of colleague MMDCs, condemned the unacceptable degradation of forest and the pollution of water bodies through galamsey activities and the slow pace with which some contractors are executing road and other projects in the region. He further called for government support while proposing the adoption of a quota system in which scholarships are awarded to cocoa growing districts according to tonnage or quantity of cocoa produced by the district to ensure fairness and transparency in the distribution of awards among cocoa farmers. The local authority leaders pledged to pursue vigorously the street naming and property addressing exercise while calling on the Regional House of Chiefs to put in place the needed mechanisms to ensure the addressing of all chieftaincy disputes pending before the Judicial Committee.
We are satisfied with the current political situation in the region, especially after the verdict on the election petition, which has completely reduced tension to the barest minimum, thereby removing the cloud of uncertainty in the region. That we appreciate very much efforts being made by the government at improving the road network in the western region, evident in the number of roads constructed and others being constructed.
The lack of development and unemployment in the Menzezo community in the Elembele district of the Western region has led to an increase in social vices. According to community's leaders, the leaders are, however, strategizing on reducing these want government support.
Menzizo, which is translated "I never anticipated," is a predominant farming community with a population close to 3,000. Though a farming community, several challenges confronted: unemployment, rural-urban migration, teenage pregnancy, and other vices has slowed down development of the community. The chief of Menzizo, Nana Acheble, said his 10 years on the throne has exposed him to these challenges and is ready to find solutions to them. The 10th anniversary celebration, held under the theme Chieftaincy Institution and its Challenges in Nzimaland, attracted a number of stakeholders and well-meaning citizens. The paramount chief of Lower Axim Traditional Area, Awulaya Tibrukusu, appealed to the community to contribute their quota towards the development of the area. He also urged them to rally behind the chief towards achieving his goals and objectives.
As part of efforts towards the improvement of education in the Prestia-Huni Valley district of the Western region, 12 teachers and pupils from the district have been awarded for distinguishing themselves. The award ceremony also formed part of activities marking the Bogoso Social Festival, also known as Bosofest.
The Bogoso Social Festival, which received massive support from Adum TV, was aimed at identifying the potentials of the Bogoso township through entertainment, fora and talk shows, among other events, whilst bringing the indigents of the town together. The event, which was climaxed by the awards ceremony, saw the winners being selected from the public, private and most deprived basic schools in the district. The Member of Parliament for the area, Francis Eduble Kofi, urged pupils and students in the district to take the education seriously.
The Keta Municipal Assembly is to prioritize education in order to deal with the perennial problem of poor BC performance. Poor educational infrastructure has been noted as the most challenging factor confronting education in the Keta Municipal area. Chief Executive Municipal Executive Sylvester Tonyeva has met parents and teachers to share ideas on improving education in the area.
Complaints from parents and teachers bordered on several challenges, including poor performance in basic education certificate examination, poor school structures, and the problem of schools under trees. They also complained about inadequate teachers, lack of computers and teaching materials, and lack of school libraries.
We need a modern laboratory for computer systems and then library. We also need school feeding programs to be teachers to be posted to the school regularly.
Identifying the lack of trained teachers in the area as the main cause for the continuing falling standards of education, the municipal chief executive said the assembly is committed to improving performance of pupils. According to Sylvester Tonyeva, the assembly is launching a 10-year development program to sponsor teachers to schools. He says the assembly is also focusing on eliminating schools under trees, adding that the provision of learning materials and computers will be supported by the Anglo Education Fund. Meanwhile, new classroom blocks at Ajato RC School, Keita AMU Zion School, and LA Basic School at Atiteti were handed over to the school authorities.
Some farming communities in Gushegu in the northern region are cut off from the district capital as a result of the collapse of bridges linking them to the district capital. The Ministry of Roads and Transport says it is construction a box culvert at the Eastern Corridor Highway that links Gushegu district to the East Mamprusi district in order to link up with other 20 communities cut off from the district as a result of the collapse of the bridge.
Over 10,000 residents living in these communities are unable to access education, healthcare and trade in the district capital during the raining season when flood water takes over the collapsed bridge. Farmers always complain of their produce going waste during the raining season because they cannot access ready markets for their produce in Gushegu town during the season. Women also go through hardships, trekking the long distance to access maternal health care at the Gushegu district capital. The box culvert, when completed, is expected to remedy the hardships women and farmers go through during the raining season. The estimated cost of the project is 500,000 Ghana cedis, and Digit Construction Company is a contractor working on the project. The Northern Regional Maintenance Manager of the Ghana Highway Authority, Augustine Kure, says government over the years has tried hard to resolve problems of residents of flood-prone communities in the area. He said work is expected to be completed by February to enable residents in the area, who are mostly farmers, access Gushegu town to trade and seek health care without difficulties.
Our intention is to link Gushegu through Banda to Nalerugu. So there's another big culvert, river channel, I think a tributary of the Nasia River ahead. That one we have requested for a Bailey Bridge because it's a more serious problem there. So that, and we'll inspect and identify other needs, like if there are small water crossings that are cutting across the road, we'll put culverts there, so that we link this road up, open the district capital up to its catchment area, and also link it up to a neighboring district, that is Gambaga district.
The Gushegu District Chief Executive, Alhaji Al-Hassan Fuseni, said the District Assembly is also in the process of securing funds to make dry season farming more attractive by harvesting and storing water during the rainy season.
Certainly, when you go, you look behind, you see that they are already farming there. We have rice cultivations there, so it's going to boost our rice investment here. That is what, for now, I can see, and so we'll be harvesting it in that way.
Buluguna Abubakari Al-Hassan, on behalf of the chiefs and people of the area, presented a cow and a ram to the maintenance engineer of the Ghana Highway Authority and the contractor.
Well, so that's the news for now. Let's give you a recap of our top stories for the morning. A 32-year-old Nigerian has been arrested at the Kotoka International Airport for possessing 4.4 kilograms of heroin and it's estimated a street value of $300,000.
That's a lot.
That's
Phil
a lot
continues,
of money. That's 600,000 Ghana cedis. I wanted to make it at once. That time.
Yeah, Phil continues to engulf the country beaches that poses a challenge to the tourism potential.
In the northern region of Ghana, though, some farming communities at Gushegu have been cut off from the district capital as a result of a collapsed bridge. Well, so we'll keep our taps on that very story coming from that section of the country, Ghana. But in the meantime, though, please get interactive. We have the social network pages, not only on Facebook, but our personal handles as well. On Facebook, please check out the page, Joy News on TV, and the short code 1760.
Up next is sports. Stay on the right
back.